Yes, and welcome to Hop On. Knowledge Check is the name. Guilty Gear Strive is the game. Of course, I am Fashaw, and we got Tabby with me. You know, my sister in arms and commentary. How you doing today?
It's the dynamic duo back at it again.
Right.
For what is up until like this year, end of last year, the only Strive commentators in PNW. We're back at it again here on Knowledge Check. Here for some grand old Guilty Gear. It's been a little bit of a minute since we've hopped on Strive. A lot of changes have happened over the course of this time as well. So I'm excited to see how these players have really formulated these newer game plans, especially with certain propaganda going around about grappler characters. But that's for later on. Right now, we are going to have our first set of people coming up on deck. We've got Ticklememour versus Ian Church.
That's right. We got to talk about a little bit how the knowledge check kind of goes down if you guys are new here to the expedition. 12 people all together. It's going to be first to 5 on these matchups too, and these are people that are known in the PNW throughout, Oregon, BC, Washington. Pink Rain says Texas on it, but I believe he was of BC formerly, right?
I think so. I think that's correct.
Yeah. So keep it all in the family here. Got a wide variety, but we do have, of course, some repeat characters here. And he talked about season 4. Season 4, probably one of the biggest shakeups to the game. True Arxis fashion. So kind of looking at the first matchup, Eno and Anji, right? So Anji kind of got some shenanigans, right? He has like the new charge fusion that he can cancel in the specials too. Still kind of, I think, has the issues of dealing with fuzzy options, where he still has to commit stuff. I think the biggest thing we're going to see in this matchup, though, is the use of Rid. Rid now gives you a hard knockdown in your combos, which is good because notoriously Anji has had trouble with reversals and whatnot. On the other hand, what can be said about Ticklememour? He's, bad moves Ticklememour. He's one of the best. Did pretty well at Frosty's as well. Let's see how he continues to be consistent.
The Jonathan Penne Slayer himself back at it. You're going to see very early on, really just trying to control that upper portion of screen space. That's where Anji tends to have a little bit of a hard time of dealing with. So being able to just constantly lock him down, it forces Ian to make these committal moves just like that.
Ian getting the big jump and get the counter hit, and of course, get that classic Anji damage.
Yeah, that's the scary thing. Being not as healthy as other characters in regards to that life, so you have to be scared if Ian Sharp is able to land a big hit right here, and these spins are going to be working out. Counter hit 6 speed forces the burst out from Tickle. Now playing
I'm loving this series that N Sharp was shown so far, and there we go, gets the anti one more time. Ian Sharp being so on point. Of course, we're going to start off breaking some glass, getting the Sonic Fan.
This is going to be a great situation. Tickle did get the first hard knockdown. Oh, tries to go for a run-up charge that's on there, but Tickle ready for it, but not ready for the strike throw shenanigans after that PRC hop.
Hey, we're putting the metal to the other metal already. Ian Sharp, take it around.
But Tickle, once again, getting that early momentum, but we saw Ian Sharp, as long as they're able to play patient, they really just try to find their big opening right here. Tap dust, I'm not sure if that's what you were looking for, Tickle, but you were going to try to make it work, but Ian Sharp is going to make routing screen that you hold this pressure, but yet blown.
Have a call on the Nagiha too, and I'm putting out the note one more time. I like it, the defense you're seeing, but eventually you do get an open up Black League combo though. And of course, classic Tickle knows how to bait out options.
Yep, yeah, and Tickle's been very, you've been seeing a lot of their options try to print with baiting out IRC, which is going to, I think, force Ian Sharp to use their meter a little bit more aggressively, and then Tickle should be prepared for early burst, knowing that we probably won't get it back for the rest of this game, so try to make it count. But Tickle's going to immediately punish once again, but drops their combo. This is Ian Sharp's time to even up the life totals.
Yeah, the momentum swing in their favor. Gets the run, of course, that's that hot and arc that we talked about. Tap does good block from Tickle. We've seen that situation before. We saw the dive kick. Ian Sharp being ready this time to anti-air. Yeah, has to call up the burst.
He gets clipped by Note right at the very end. Couldn't get their way through it, but we will spin and auto-correct our way to taking game number 1.
I didn't know we were spinning to win, and we got aim assist on. Damn,
yeah, dude, 360 no-scopes.
Yeah, what a first game to kind of set the tone, though. Ian Sharp, of course, if you can kind of pay attention to the results throughout the way, they're a grinder, right? They grind a lot online. They do very well at FGC, which is one of our hardest regionals in the area in Seattle. Amazing competition. Did very well at the last one. Also goes to Guildhouse and takes names, too. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean that is the case with like these two players especially. I think are two of the most like higher end dedicated grinders when it regards to like local players. These are the guys who usually at majors are making it pretty far, right? They're the guys like obviously Ticklememour last year winning Slashback. And Ian Sharp, I think they did well at. I know they did well at Evo. They did well at. At least I think he was Evo. They've done well. I can't remember the full event history off the top of my head, but they are like another one of those players who's very, very tough to beat. So getting to see these players play each other back out again, who also play each other a lot, is really going to allow you to see some players that you expect.
Now, I'm seeing the same habit we saw earlier, Tabby, is that early bursting came out from Ian Sharp, just kind of like the aggressive playstyle. Really wants to get right back in. If there's that new buff that we got, although not going to shake Tickle anyway, anyhow.
Oh, couldn't Chemical love that early unfortunately? You saw Ian Sharp be on Baiken ducking and be able to get a full punish, allowing them to put themselves into this Fujin pressure, which allows Tickle to now get his back throw out, getting the mix of their own.
That's IBFD on like the 2P. the immediate grab, like recognize that Tickle's just different.
Yeah, I believe so. And also recognizing the backdash was wanting to come out, doesn't kill with the OTG, but we kill with one more quick little high-low.
Oh, we've seen this with the classics, the El Kabong.
Yeah. We've seen this from Tickle before, right? Like the early dominance, but one unfortunate drop allows you to really take control. But right now, Tickle looking very, very confident.
Woo! And yeah, and Stroke, of course, having that gracious buff from Season 4 has a less of a hurt box. And of course, going to play a big part in how they get this hit, of course. Japanese Guts.
Yep, it is that Japanese Guts. The Udon keeping you fine and dandy, but unfortunately, you're still getting clipped by the Note and the Psycho Crusher coming in through. Tickle tying it up 1-1.
And that's just a change of fate there from the first game, too. I like how we kind of end it with, like, how much real estate that you can kind of shake up now that you can cancel Note into Note, and, of course, fill it in the gaps as well. So, all right. Tickle answers. You know, like we said, this is first to 5 in all of these two, so... And I like how we're taking some time in between. Maybe we got some notes in the background, and we're going to see how we adapt as we go on. These are long con games.
Yep. Oh, 100%. And this is something I've said in every game for all, like, every time, no matter what. If you can ice your opponent out, do it. There's very few people who get better when they're getting iced out by their opponents. Take any breaks you can, take that time, make them, you know, give yourself a chance to breathe and think, but also, like, don't let them build up their momentum if they're on a win. You saw, I think that with Ian Sharp, they were doing very well in the early stage, finding a lot of really good hits, forcing Tickle to go, to get pushed into the corner, and made Tickle take a risk, making them take another risk right here, but we're getting some great blocks, and unfortunately, I just cursed you.
Talking about icing it, but Tickle applying the icy hot here. Trying to keep Ian Sharp side. Ian Sharp, though, a very mobile player, and it does find some dividends there. Gets the tap dust as well. Great reset.
Yeah, unfortunately, too high up to be able to use any of Anji's supers to confirm for the guaranteed wall break, or you could be able to use reverse gate for a while to soul it out. So Tickle now bursts of their own, trying to control a little bit more and being a little aggressive with it, but Ian Sharp gonna get rewarded a ton right there. Still has that burst in their back pocket and took Tickle's out.
Anji's are still setting up the praise for that spin as it's closed so many games there since that new buff has given to him patches ago here. Nice 2S from Tickle. Found the gaps in between here, and now, yeah, of course, the classic 5P. And Sharp has been quite the workhorse thermal that is like the 2H.
Yeah, and it's a really important tool. You're going to see the super confirm, try to guarantee this kill. Guts Crush with the wall break damage should give it for Ian Sharp right there. I think one big thing with Ian Sharp is their willingness to just keep their meter in their pocket and exclusively save it on that high-low mix, right? Like, you've been seeing very consistently the Tap Dust RC come through, and while it's like a pretty good block string and it keeps you relatively safe, they're always pressing it at spacings where they're not going to get blown up for it, right? Like, Tickle would have to, like, mash like an aggressive early 2S, which is such a risky play off those plus rate situations right before that. But then immediately, as soon as Tickle's like kind of, you know, gotten a read on it, you've got a couple hits to make it work. They've been blocking it, immediately switching to instead be utilizing it off of PRC, off Fujins, and your spins, try to catch them with those lows. Out of range, 6Ps though don't connect when you're going all the way into the ground. And Tickle locking you in the corner, but trying to tap us to their own. Ian Sharp ready to press out.
Yeah, fantastic matchup. Gets a little handsy though on the reach. Allows Tickle to push forward more time. Very close to wall break, and there it is, of course. Oh, okay. Maybe try to go for a reset. I can't really say for sure.
Yeah, it looks like they are just wanting to try to wall slump again and again and again. Be able to bait out that wires here and there and guarantee the round closure.
And that makes a lot of sense too, because it's like the recent seasons too, wall slump has become a little bit more viable in terms of just how much damage is done to the wall. So I definitely do agree. You don't want to reset against Ian Sharp. You kind of been driving through the neutral, just bulldogging their way in.
Yeah, especially a character like Eno, who is so reliant on using the counter to get some of their like nasty mix-ups. So you just need to close out a little bit more health. You might as well try to keep them knocked down. Ian Sharp though breaking free, breaking those walls as well. Going to be able to continue to add this damage up. Use appears to the Tickle ready to block the low this time. Forces burst out.
Yeah, there's that meter usage you were talking about earlier, Tabby. And of course, the continuation on finding the snipe. And, oh, okay, just kind of lets it rock. Force out a YRC. One more chance.
The guard crush right there to get a little bit of extra mix opportunity right here. Tickle, though, is finding these big counter hits, which is huge. Ian Sharp does have burst on deck, so they'll be able to stay alive for a little bit longer. But YRC's out of the air when getting put into that air block situation.
You gotta be so careful. You cannot take any trades here. A well-timed H dive kick. Hopefully we'll seal. Oh, just very barely. Okay. It did scale massively.
Yeah, scales a lot, has a lot of health, but you're put into one more very, very scary situation. Unfortunately, Ian Sharp not being able to get that opportunity to use their burst. Gonna give Tickle the ability to tie it up.
There were so many variables in play there too. I know if you had watched the match between them and Ellie at Backstreet Brawl recently, Tickle loves to find usage of the H dive pick, especially now since when you get a fully charged, you get a lot more pickups with it. So you might see a lot more application as the set goes along, or he might just fully mix it up. We saw him at the end. He like air dashed back and forth and put out Mad Love. So, you know, he keeps you on your toes. He's very good at assessing situation about what your players doing and what they're not doing and taking advantage of that.
Yeah, and I think that's really where that next level adaptation is going to come into, right? Like, both these players are playing their character at a very, very high level, and we're kind of getting to that, like, third layer of the onion, right? It's no more about, like, what are you going to do in this matchup? It's what are you going to do versus me right here? And Ian Sharp recognizing that hover dash situation has been coming up so much, and Tickle's been kind of auto-timing their pressure that we're able to get a parry super out of it and able to lock him down with a little bit more strike throw.
Sometimes when you get hit by a super like that too, a big call out, it kind of like puts you on your nerves too, allowing Ian Sharp to kind of break their way through and continues to break their way through. Nice block. Yeah, unfortunately, the low is a lot more unsafe this time, acting for easier punishments.
So we're going to get some great reward out of that. Now locking them down will confirm to the super, knowing that they don't have the space to be able to guarantee the wall slump, and then they were technically like, not technically stuck up in there. More parry super gonna connect. Not all three hits though, so that's not as much damage brought to the table as possible. And Tickle just trying to find another opening. PRC's out of the spin and trying to find an opportunity to counter hit, but it's not going to work out for them like they thought it would. PRC after the tap is right there, forces Tickle's burst out. He's now evening up these life totals. Oh, so more, but another great punish from Ian Sharp.
Wow, what a scramble situation. We saw Tickle try to control Z with a lot of backdashes and PRCs. But N Sharp was just on time every time. Of course, seals another game here in our first to 5. It's called knowledge check for a reason.
Yeah, it's knowledge check. You gotta know everything. Right now, Ian Sharp is looking like they hit the library a little bit more often.
All right, 3-2 apiece. We're marching on in here. Now, I want to see what kind of the round start is. We've been seeing Tickle start off with a lot of 2S2. And that kind of makes a lot of sense. Kind of get that low profile action, might mix it up with a little bit of stroke, find out. Go for the back dash this time, okay.
Yeah, opting to do something just a little bit more passive, right? Let's see what Ian Sharp wants to do on their round starts. Just try to, like, you know, basically play a little bit more of the defense. Try to be a little bit more whip punish because you can do stuff like that. You see, like, oh, you just want to keep spinning again and again and again. Well, you're going to get counter hit. You're going to get blown up for it. And I'm going to be able to have 50 meter while having this positive bonus. But Ian Sharp actually steals their turn back once again. 2S gonna connect. Uh-oh.
Sneaky stuff coming out from Tickle. I think we all got hit by that. We thought it was going to be a big punish for Ian Sharp, but now it is all Tickle's gain. Ian Sharp not to be deterred, puts the hurt right back on, finds the overhead, gets the hard knockdown.
Does have meter of their own as well, but we're just going to find a good old clean counter right here. Try to use the PRC to close it out. It was a little too late on there, so Tickle gets another chance to breathe. But can't guts kill.
Yeah, so close. Yeah, finds the 5B. Great match timing there from Tickle. Wow, these games just keep getting closer and closer. Yeah, both of these players are just pulling out all the stops on their immediate usage. So when you get to halfway of a round, it really kind of keeps you guessing.
Great use of the push block right there, just being able to push Tickle out, like something that we haven't seen a whole lot. Ian Sharp really wanting to save those bursts for those scary situations. But I think they've understood, like, oh, I kind of have to, when I have control of the match, when I have the tempo, I can use my burst a lot more aggressively. I don't need to be able to rely on just trying to stay alive. Because I can almost have situations like that where you kill once again, but we need one more 2B to tie it up.
Yeah, and well said, too. Just the nature of Ian Sharp, I'm an all-or-nothing player, too, and just bully their way through the HDL at the very end. It continues to kind of do the same going into the next round, keeping Tickle in the corner, pumping the wrist a little bit.
Pressuring once again, oh so more. Tickle really just allowing that wrist gauge to build up, forcing push block of their own right here, and spins through the wire seat, but can't punish, but you are dead after the next touch, just like this. One more little mix!
That is, as soon as you said that, we saw the wrist gauge go immediately to red, and red honestly means go for Ian Sharp. Pulled out a new trick there, using like kind of like the hot momentum with the tension, able to land that hit. It all worked out there for Ian Sharp, now 4.
Yeah, up 4-2 currently, so given a little bit of a sizable lead, has a little bit of, space to breathe on the match, but you don't need to be as, as aggressive, try to like constantly be mixing up again and again, unless you want to shut them out. You want to show who's the real player in this matchup.
I don't think you want to give Tickle any chance to. Tickle is a very long con catch. You can shut him out right here. That's going to be so cool. And what a way to start by calling out the QS. That happened very much earlier in the set. But of course, Tickle has had the answer to the spin. So that's the adaptation.
And speaking of adaptation right now, we're looking at Tickle with prep time. We're seeing so many new options becoming through on that pressure. Like you saw the instant little like air throw, guaranteed to punish. But Ian Sharp doesn't let that get to their head, right? I think that's a very, very strong part of the tools that we've seen again and again. It's like, oh, I got hit, I got wall broken, I'm put in a scary situation. Nah, I'm hitting you. You're gonna die for it.
This time the 2S is not quite working. I like the idea, but okay, we find a falling JS, and that should be it. I want to touch base on like what happened earlier in the match, is that these Fujin lows are starting to become a lot more deadlier because he set the pretense that you're to keep going for Rin, keep going for the overheads. So now Tickle starting to get shaken up a little bit, but not to be deterred as they get a great lead.
But spin, once again, we saw Tickle try to go for 2S right there as a pressure situation. We've seen it for the past couple rounds now to try to catch him out, but recognizing that he can't just spin through it and be able to deal with the great JD to catch him lacking on the overhead. But Tickle, TK dives down, not going to get hit by the parry super this time. It has a lot of meter to work with, but Ian Sharp still has burst.
Yeah, I think you hold on to the burst right here, or do you feel confident? Now I think you hang on to it. Gonna take the throw, get the OTG, save it for next round.
Yeah, being able to use that 2H just to guarantee the OTG. Like, there's a world where you do a burst right there, but you're bursting, at full speed. You don't have the health to be able to play through it. So it's a very scary situation. Instead, you can just keep calm like this, get the butterfly down to keep the pressure going. Tickle, you can tech with the D button, but you can't block with it.
Yeah, blocking with his face right now. Ian Sharp might want to close out with a perfect. That would be icing on the cake, but Tickle has something else to say about it here. Using the double jump, I like the stall. The turkey to deflect. Great use of the mechanics.
Yep. Pushing him down once more. Does punish the overhead this time, though, so we're in Mix City. But once again, Ian Sharp has a lot of health to work with. They still have burst available, so they can take this wall break damage and know that they have a little bit of a safety. But positive bonus coming through for Tickle. Let's see what they do. Oh, you bet the farm.
God, you have to bear the burst here. Oh, but you did it. Ian Sharp has one more chance to play neutral from the downtown Nagihan. There it is. Ian Sharp will take it 5-2.
And that was really good.
City there at the end.
It was really, really good, like right there, because they've been recognizing that Tickle had just been always like preemptively trying to block the low follow-ups on Fujin, right? Just again and again and again. So being like, oh, you're at chip health. I'm just gonna do this, and if it works, you die, and if it doesn't work, you die. The only bad situation is if it whiffs, but I had 50 meter in my pocket, so I can just RC out of it and be safe.
Yeah, it's a great assessment, especially from a full screen situation. Great use of risk reward, man. Great match, honestly, between like these two players. Pretty damn convincing rounds though for me and Sharp. I gotta say. I mean, it shows that you really can't disrespect any character in this game.
No, especially a character like Anji, who I think gets kind of like pushed to the side in a lot of conversations because he's not like obviously strong, if that makes sense, right? He's not a You know, a character like Soul Badguy, right? Something that we'll get in our next match that we have coming up, and a character like Sinkisuke. These two characters who you kind of see get like tossed around as like, man, these guys kill you in one touch sometimes. But Anji can provide that same game plan, as well as having some very scary mix-up opportunities and being able to have some good neutral game as well. So definitely like a character that I think you should always be worried about when you see them in your bracket path.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, it's a character that really applies like the mental stack, which is always good in a fighting game, of course. But yeah, talk about our next match. Let's get it going here. Like LeafBlade and Sunny D Washington versus Oregon. Break it down for me.
Yeah. So these are like we saw a pretty like high level match in regards to how these players are playing this match. Both these players, LeafBlade and Sunny D, are like very good on their own merits in every situation. But they are definitely players who are still in that up and coming level, right? They're players who can consistently make that top 8 in local tournaments. They do well at majors, but they aren't crossing that like next threshold, right? They're not in that grand finals hot seat every single time. But there are players who they know their character well. They know how to fight their opponent's characters very, very well. So you can't take them as a threat or as not a threat. So
that's the nice thing about Knowledge Tech too, is that we kind of like we pit each other against two players that are of equal caliber, and maybe they can cross that threshold today. I mean, that's something to prove, of course, in this first to 5. But yeah, I would say we got 2 souls today, and LeafBlade is one that is just plays a lot of different games too. I've seen them in Street Fighter, in Grand Blue, and also Smash too, and they are the improver. So I want to see what Sunny D can bring to the table. Also played a character that only has so much rep, but has a lot to like respect.
Yes, yeah. I feel like Sin was a character that we saw more popular, like he's still like a very popular character, right? I think he's one that you see on the tournament floor a lot, as well as like the higher stages of tournaments. But he's a character that I like always like put close to like Leo Whitefang, where it's kind of like you're just really good at what you do, and there's some people who they don't want to play the like obviously good thing. They want to play the thing that they think they can make good. Sunny though is not that kind of person. He's not someone to hop around and like go top of the tier list. I'm gonna pick you. Sunny's been playing Sin like since he came out. He was always someone who liked Sin in Exhib as well. Like I know when he would try the game at locals and stuff when he was first coming out, Sin was always the character he would like lash to. So definitely one of those character loyalists, and we'll play them ride or die, whether they're bottom 1 or S tier.
Well, let's see what character marriage is strong as we get off to the races. I'm loving the color choices too. So I like the tricky we're going so far. With the right Sunny D in the corner, DP out.
Yep, and we're just gonna be aggressive on these DPs again. Both players like wanting to keep their aggression and going. Sunny D recognizing that they can get that full corner carry as well. He's out of the food gate, so this post-ball break situation, they have to be a little more passive, wait for that to recover, or find an opportunity to try to steal a food, but that's going to give LeafBlade a chance to come in. Great burst bait, but we only have 1 tick of stock right now, so no big points.
Yeah, I'm loving how Sunny D is playing this LeafBlade, trying to take advantage of the standard gauge. So we've seen that Sunny D knows how to play on the back foot. Great anti-air coming out from LeafBlade, gets the knockdown.
One more, but once again, you were holding Soul Badguy in the corner. This has been scary for 30 years right now. It's going to be scary a little bit more. Knocked down once again after the post-ball break situation. Uses the BRC to try to catch him out, but we'll just DP as soon as we find him.
Yeah, fantastic reaction coming out from LeafBlade. It's all said, you know what? I may be your father, but I'm your daddy, kid.
Yeah, this is we got Terry versus Rock right here. The real father versus the false son right here. Yeah, we're going to be locking them down, but once again, DP's just trading back and forth from these players because they really are just like, yeah, I'm going to make you respect me. I want to make you respect all this pressure that's coming through. Hoof Stomp, though, going to be able to connect for Sunny D right there and be able to connect the Tyrant Barrage, but no wall break, giving LeafBlade a chance to add a lot of damage back on.
Yeah, the immediate action for LeafBlade almost seems like they've seen the situation before, but have you seen the Bandit Revolver mix? It's been happening for many years at this point. Another DP and a burst out. LeafBlade wants to keep you in the corner. Another Bandit Revolver mix goes low again. Sunny D not going to fall for it. A great Amare.
Yeah, but can't finish her plate right there. Solidly autopiloting the rest of that route right there. Oh, but they recognize it. Okay, I just whipped dust right there. I gotta stay calm a little bit because LeafBlade's gonna try to do something wild. They tried to catch him with the run-up DP, but once they catch him, the round starts 6H after taking that hit right there. And a great counter hit.
Yeah, LeafBlade playing like it's Season 1, trying to come out with the tombstone that is 6H here, and just keeps on putting the pressure. But Sunny D, of course, has the great equalizer, beat these DPs. Gets a clean hit. Great time.
It gets the hard knockdown as well. Afterwards, LeafBlade tried to backdash out of the pressure, but Sunny's he's still going to catch him. Still going to keep this combo going. Burst builds up right at the very end. But LeafBlade has to be careful when they use it here.
Oh, just parry situation right there with the PRC. Comes right in. Oh, is not too confident in the low conversion.
Big counter hit right here. Sunny builds burst right at the last second. Oh, this is anyone's game. 50 meters still on deck. Forces the Wild Soul to come out from the LeafBlade, but we'll just chip damage out with the Bandit Revolver.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault her either. Yeah, you had 50 meter, able to get another mix-up even if you were able to block in time too. And this is the match you are going to expect between these two characters and these two players is that they're going to keep swinging. I think we've seen like 10 DPs in only this first match.
This will be the highest concentration of Dragon Punch inputs put through this entire night between these two players, and that's not a negative. That's just what you kind of have to do in this matchup sometimes.
Right. If you can ball it up, take a swing because we're gonna get a little bit more coming up here very soon.
Man. Yeah, don't start the shot for DP counter just yet. Maybe save that for the starting of the next round. Right now, we're gonna be hit with that far slash to be able to force Sunny to use burst early on, making them lose that Wild Assault. I think it was something big that really helped Sunny change their use of Wild Assault, because they were able to find that coast to coast into a wall break really early on, and being able to have your burst spent towards that instead. But as I'm yapping, LeafBlade right here is just going ham, using every tool from the Buffalo available, trying to catch Sunny D out right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing things that LeafBlade, I don't think I've seen them on stream do before here. But great time to cash it out. Speaking of cash it out, Sunny D, get in the wall.
Hitting them with that RTL. Oh, catches low as well, being able to spend it into one more Tyrant Barrage off the wall break right here, and putting them at 1 health remaining. Yeah, and you have to just try to gamble at the very end. You're probably going to die. You might as well go out.
Sunny D as a pilot of this character with the inherent built-in mobility that Sin has, but also about how Sunny D is keeping a great distance and just staying calm because LeafBlade is willing to just kind of throw the caution to the wind.
Oh yeah. And the willingness also Sunny to they're willing to back themselves to the corner right there because they know that they can try to find situations to get out of it. He did get punished, but it wasn't even that scary. Didn't force a wall break right there. Able to find a side swap as well, and not enough to be able.
Sunny D is so confident on their defense, right?
Yep. And that's what you have to be right there. See, using that PRC right there, recognizing, okay, I gotta spend the meter to find the counter hit, and just be able to send them back. Hey, I like that other stage more.
You like the scene? Well, we'll go back to OBS style.
There we go. Just use that BRC, try to DP out, try to keep that aggression going. LeafBlade, though, immediately popping their own YRC, Sunny D forcing the burst right here, trying to make sure that they can close this round out very carefully because they don't want to go to the saw what happened that last time, but LeafBlade might be bringing us a little bit closer. RTL going to be out, and PRC to keep it safe. Uses that JD. Keep it tight right here, and we'll find the final hit to close it out. Sunny D tying at 1-1.
Yeah, it might have been a little dubious there at the end to try to punish the RTL. I don't blame her for trying, though, but maybe it gives you a little bit of knowledge going into the rest of the set that's what you can kind of expect from Sunny D, too. Once again, pretty close rounds.
Yeah, oh, definitely close. But also that last situation, you did have to worry about RTL and then do 9 RTL where you just bring it back forward because you do get the 3 hits that do go out on whiff. So if you're okay, if I'm gonna try to punish it, I might as well try to punish it in that gap if they go for that instead of spending their 50 meter on PRC because they can do it on any of those hits. So if you give them that leeway, they will just try to blow you up for only 50 meters instead of 100.
Alright, let's say that LeafBlade kind of doing the same old song and dance, going for the double overhead, the triple overhead. Excuse me, LeafBlade had to shut me up a little bit here. Of course, gets the conversion with the RC.
That's definitely what you got to do right there. Great use of DP right there, recognizing that they were trying to find the Bandit Bringer right there. But Bandit Revolver going to be coming out.
Get the low crush in the process. Safe jump.
Sunny D just really looking for an opportunity to try to press, but I think if LeafBlade is able to just keep the pressure up, able to constantly be showing an option, it's going to make Sunny a little bit more passive with style, which does require them to flow back to the more defensive play style, which I think they can do, but it's something that they definitely feel more comfortable with once they have that 50 meter. Because then they're able to play big punches.
Not as big as it could be, though. LeafBlade under leash on life, able to reset the neutral once again, going for the low crush there on the Banner Revolver, and gets a fantastic conversion as well.
Yeah, it doesn't break either, so keeps him at the wall and forces Sunny to use a burst instead of our own. You're gonna be able to confirm into the Tyrant Raid, get the hard knockdown of your own right here. Positive bonus gonna be taken up. So for Sunny to try to make something happen, but you didn't safe jump right there, so Sunny able to get a DP to connect, but you're still getting counter hit.
Yeah, I mean, you made a great point regarding like Sunny D had so much meter from getting wall splat and wall broken, and of course messing up the reversal timing there. But you know, LeafBlade says, you know what, mistakes happen, but they're happy accidents.
Yeah. Mistakes into miracles, right there.
Right.
Mistakes into miracles.
And I think you talked about how like Sunny D like shows their hand and whatnot. I've been seeing like in neutral, they'll kind of like from a safe distance. They've been whiffing like 2S, and like LeafBlade response is, all right, I have to low crush that, but like the distance they do it at, they're able to recover just in time to like snipe them with 5 feet. So they're kind of setting up a bait from a certain distance. So we'll see if that keeps on rocking.
Yeah, like you're seeing it already right there, right? Just the patient walk back. They're trying to throw out 5 feet as LeafBlade goes for Baiken bringer right there. End up catching him out with these lows. DP punish is going to be coming out. You use that wild assault, so you can't burst this. But Sunny looking like a top Undernight player, dropping all these combos. You still find a Tyrant Barrage to close it, or to close out the wall.
A great feeling indeed. Runs right up, but LeafBlade just no fear. Just like, I don't believe in your OP. I don't believe in your knockdown. Believe in this.
The only thing that they believe in right now is damage. BRC going to connect. Do you have the burst? Are you going to pop it this early? No, you're going to save it in the pocket. You understand sometimes, you know, like we said, we make mistakes. We'll keep that miracle for the next round.
Man, I feel like we're in the Wild West here. They like stare each other down, and LeafBlade's reaction is draw, DP.
Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it right here.
Don't fix it, right?
Like, it's been working again and again versus Sunny. There's no reason to like make that big like gameplay change right here. Great delay 5P anti-air right there. Still able to find a side swap. Not able to find the full combo though, but we'll catch him with the overhead. RC as well gets this damage built up. And now we're going to be seeing LeafBlade probably look for another aggressive backdash in this post-wall break situation. Something very comfortable, but no, Sunny wants to be the defensive, and LeafBlade recognize it. They smelt blood in the water, and now they're going to be, you know, smelling blood on the wall.
Okay, a lot of mirror there on Sunny's side here, which means LeafBlade has to be a little cautious while they build their own. Of course, as they say that, great block from Sunny D on the low option, brings that an overhead of their own, and RTL, Ride the Lightning.
No, Ride the Lightning is the other suit.
Excuse me.
This is RTL, legally distinct. Sin Kisuke unique move.
Trademark, TM soon.
Trademark. But with that though, in that post-wall break situation, Sunny finding another great use of them. I think that's like an actual big part about Sunny's play that we're not. It's like something we've talked about, but it's kind of an interesting thing to focus about. Is his use of the P button is just incredibly good. His willingness to just his willingness to just be able to like stop and go constantly is a very, very, very useful skill set to have, and that's not something that I see from every Sin player. A lot of Sin players want to just keep the aggression up and like utilize 2P as like a being able to just willing to be like, hey, I'm gonna start my aggression at 6 PM. I'm gonna start it. It's a great point for you to hold it.
Yeah, because like a lot of people inherently think like aggression, right? But yeah, the defensive options that Sin has, that Sunny's been using, has been like so great too. And how do you stop that as LeafBlade, right? It's a light button, doesn't have much like whiff recovery, so LeafBlade has to be super on point to crush that.
I think you're already seeing like a little bit of that right here, right? Like right before this punish situation with Sunny. Can you please let me go? Like just the willingness of like Sunny trying to go for these 5P anti-airs is LeafBlade going for preemptive JPs and using JS, right? Because their main openings have been with like JD, trying to open JH or Banner Bringer. Wow. Oh, you're getting blown up for this.
Yeah, actually, great recognition from Sunny D on the fake gunflame right there. We still do have burst. I'm immediately going to use it as we speak of that. Slow down, Sunny D. Once again, 5P check. Just throw it out at great time. Eat some food, why don't you?
Yeah, have a snack. And I think that is a big thing, right? And you're seeing Sunny actually opting to go for heat right here, trying to utilize these buffs, which is not normal for Sunny.
Is that Liam? It's hard to tell in this game, you know.
I don't know if it is or if it isn't. I know he'd has gotten buffed, a little bit here and there. Maybe Sunny's using this opportunity to show off, like, hey, maybe it is an option that we can use a little bit more aggressively. Because it just worked out really well for them. They ended that round as perfect.
It did, yeah. They're gonna go up in the set. I call it like a glorified taunt with the food. It did get buffed, of course, a little bit. It's a little bit still, I think, one of the most not really legible things in the game for a lot of people. But for Sunny D, it is. So maybe he knows better than us, right?
Yeah, I would also, you've been mashing exit a little bit too much. Might just be some unfortunate autopiloting that happens right there.
It's true. It's true. It's a lot better, and that game has a much better purpose here. But purpose, I need you, LeafBlade, to garner some more purpose here to tie this up, because it's still been even back and forth here. It's just about, like, who is able to stop the aggression soon. Wow, what season is this? That would have worked like a season ago.
It's, we may be at past Christmas, but definitely a season's beatings right now. These players are going ham at each other constantly. Great use of 5P once again, locking them down. And now utilizing RTL to just guarantee these wall breaks, because I think that's where they really recognize, if I can consistently land these like hard knockdown post wall break situations to lead into even just that strike throw situation, I'm going to gain a lot of advantage, and it's worked out for them once again.
Wow. And that early wall break was all from that 5P we were talking about, right? From a light button too. So not much to make the magic happen. Sunny finds another whiff punish, puts it right back in the corner. I want to see how LeafBlade adapts on the defense. They're showing a lot of FD push back, but not get a whiff punish. Sunny D not gonna let you escape either. Another DP means another punish.
Just forced the burst out there, but Sunny finding the air throw, able to keep it straight down, expecting another DP to come from LeafBlade. So played it safe and just found the whiff punish at the very end.
I'm starting to see the method to the madness, right? Like the 2S at that range makes so much sense, because that's where the 6S range for Soul is, and of course you can hit him out of the startup or whatnot too. So you got to put respect on Sunny D's mid-range for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. One thing that I you just had mentioned, okay, what is LeafBlade's defensive option out of here, right? How do I get out of this situation? You've been seeing a lot of the FD come out. FD isn't as effective versus Sin from a greater toolkit stance, just because the amount of moves of his moves that just throw him forward regardless, and that's not even I'm gonna bait your FD by using the move that puts me forward. No, that's just his normal pressure.
It's the nature of the character, right?
Yeah. I think a big thing that you will need to be seeing is potentially more. And it's always scary, right? You say, you just kind of have to find the right opportunity to press or stop them in the early stages of the round, like they decided here. Because sometimes the best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, just not be there, right?
Yeah.
But easier said than done sometimes. Somebody says it's my turn here. Get the tyrant barrel. Gonna get the hard knockdown as well. Let's see how we set it up. Jump in.
Yep. Yeah, LeafBlade now trying to bring that backdash back out, but Sunny D already opting to know, hey, you want to go back to that layer? That's fine by me. We'll be able to catch it with JPs. We will find a Bandit Revolver able to connect that hit TP that throws out the round right there. And I think that is a big thing. LeafBlade can find the early momentum. That's generally where their success is led in a lot of these rounds. But when Sunny is able to find that early first hit, it can kind of snowball into their favor, which is that reward of how these characters will function.
All right, well, Sunny D off to the races once again. And also save some stamina just in case they're trying to bait out an option just like that reflect. And we were talking about it earlier about just the nature of Sin keeps you in against a lot of these mechanics. And of course, another conversion. If you didn't like it before, well, too bad. You can see it again.
Yeah, just guaranteeing these hard knockdowns again. LeafBlade going back to the FD, but you got blown up one last time. And Sunny D now sitting one round away from being the one who checked the knowledge.
Yeah, Sunny D used to be so good at setting up for the future of their success with these knockdowns, like you mentioned. Let's see, LeafBlade, you got one more potential chance. You are on death's door. Can you gain some more games out of this somehow?
Found a big opportunity with the IBFD to push out of that situation. Now utilizing the barrier right there, but Sunny D just is Bro has been grinding Street Fighter apparently, because he's just button super confirming. What a great bait right there, uses the RC to close it out. Sunny D gonna be taking it 5-2 over LeafBlade.
Yeah, I can only imagine, the frustration of putting out these long normals, right? You talk about Street Fighter, kind of like the stop sign that is Ken's fierce punch in that game.
Yeah.
It's 5P, it's 5S, it's 2S. It's so many buttons on Sin that you're just able to outrange and bully Sin, which, seems a lot harder than it really is. But
yeah,
it's easy taking that.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats to Sunny Dio. LeafBlade put on a great show. Like none of those matches it was ever like there was only
stopping, right?
There was one match where it was just like they didn't get their opportunity to get their game plan going in the rounds, but that's also the nature of Strive. That's just kind of how this game functions sometimes.
It's just the way it is, right? Nature of the beast.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you just have to deal with the character having, you know, Evo award-winning button, Ken crouching medium kick on a special move that like throws them halfway across the screen.
Right.
So
I forgot there was an award given.
Yeah.
You know what, Tabby? While we're waiting for the next match, if you can give an award for a Strive button, what would you give?
Like best button in the game?
Yeah. Like award-winning button.
Does gunshot count?
You know what? You're spitting with that one.
The answers are gunshot, Happy Cows gunshot, or Behemoth Typhoon, just in general.
Yeah, especially now. It just keeps on getting better and better. Well,
sorry, I got by that name. I normally don't get blasted by names that hard.
Missed it.
Their names is Femboys for Reagan 86.
Hey! Well, we have a great introduction here, Heaven or Hell. We have, of course, our two new players being Teddie and Minuet.
Teddie and Minuet. We got our Zoomer matchup. Your Minuet, I know, is Bellingham specifically, one of the B hammers. Shout out to B Ham. I feel like Sella right now. But yeah, Teddie coming in from British Columbia. This is like one of the few players who on this list I'm not actually super familiar with. So, but they're showing off a lot of really good skill early on. Just with this constant pressure, being able to find the yo-yos and be able to lock him down. But did force a burst out though, locking down a Minuet, forcing a burst of their own.
Yeah, of course, Teddie being from BC, going for the overhead, immediately retaliation from Minuet there on the DP of their own, gets the knockdown here, and not respecting it. Maybe Minuet's not used to a caliber of Bridget.
Yeah, you know, we got a voice from the Kevin in our ears that Teddie's actually one of the newer players. This is their first fighting game, and only really the last few months. And like this is for first few months, being able to put up like pressure like this, and you know, show like how much you know how your character functions is super easy.
Yeah, it's all making sense right here. And like we said, the skill gap here is very much close together. That's how we do knowledge check here. But you're still gonna have to check out the super here. Teddie coming in for the assist.
Lock that hard knockdown once again. Oh, does find the jump over the Potemkin right there. Roger going to be coming out to try to lock him down a little bit more, but Minuet finds the big backdash, the big counter hit, and this is what every May player wants to be seen.
Yeah, unfortunately, missed it there at the very end, but yeah, it was a great series there, especially how like Bridget is just like a wet napkin when it comes to health. So Teddie has some great signs of brilliance, and I want to see them apply it, you know, a little more head on, and I think they'll be able to get the hang on it. But yeah, these are two characters. You know, we get one character that's very much like setup based, and one that's very much like a voice type of character too. You have they both have great disjointed buttons, but I want to see one thing from Teddie is snipe out the hurt boxes on the yo-yo, right? The long range normals of Bridget.
And also, my apologies, we had name swaps earlier on.
Name swap.
Teddie is the May player. Minuet is the Bridget player.
Got it right now. Let's get it. Going in there, I like it.
Happen. Wild Soul is going to be the big counter hit, but we can't find a big confirm offense. So Teddie really trying to create an opportunity. Overhead kiss, going to be able to, the connection right there, gets the mix up afterwards.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just go back to the well, throw him a little off on this set play.
Honestly, like Minuet hasn't been like aggressively DPing, right? So being able to be like, hey, I don't need to safe jump. I can be a little more aggressive with this, trying to actually go for some kind of mix. And it did almost work out for them, right? Like, it was a very late block that came from Minuet to clutch him out.
Of course, not having like a traditional reversal besides super there on Teddie's side too, which means I want to see a little bit more defense coming out from Teddie, because that's where they kind of been like faltering a little bit. As I say that, a great series of blocks comes with that.
Yeah, being able to recognize like, okay, this is where I need to IB to try to like hear how the using it. But Minuet has just been doing a very, very good job of stay very patient and pressure again, right? Like, how to deal with it. Forces out the early Totsugeki, trying to open him up with these, trying to get the high lows, trying to use the dolphin pressure, but the yo-yo does connect, forces a burst out from Teddie, and we're gonna keep this mix-up city going a little bit more.
Okay, bring out Roger one more time. Minute trying to turn this match into seconds. One more hit, Teddie. What you got? The whiff command grab from downtown. Was it a bait? Who's to say? But Minute will take another game, going up 2-0.
Yeah. I do like. I think Teddie's game plan is very strong. They have a very clear knowledge of like, okay, this is what I need to be doing in this given situation. But it's how am I dealing with the Bridget player on screen, who's just flying all over the place and putting shenanigans all across the board. And I think just they have the right tool, the game plan, right? They're just like, okay, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna wait for my big opportunity to find a big counter hit, and then capitalize from there.
And I think that patience will work out like in dividends too, because we saw like in the last one of the last games they were able to get a very big swing. I think it's just recognizing like what options Bridget has at a role in certain objects.
Forcing burst early on that pressure, I think, is a very, very like strong part of Minute's game plan right now. Just be carrying them through these early stages of games, trying to loop this wall pressure right there. But Teddie able to tech out, gotta get tossed for it.
Go for the double tap dust to end the wall there. Very healthily there for Minute, just backs up a little bit just to assess in case Teddie gets a little frisky there on the dolphin pull.
Utilizing the PRC after the very, very aggressive 5H right, they're going to give Teddie a potential chance right here. Tries to block out, but gonna get opened up by the delay overhead.
Yeah, I think that's a situation we're kind of looking for, is how do you deal with that exact end scenario a little bit more, because that will just give you a lot more chances in these games. Great swing there from Minute. Baiting out the burst another time here.
Great aggression right there, recognizing when they want the kick to come out. So patient, trying to block it, get the big punish that they've been looking for.
Whoa, I love that conversion coming out from Minute too, using the scooter at the end. But it's not able to get the wall break just in time. Might be giving Teddie a chance here, but still has to weather the storm and gets grabbed out of their startup. All right, 3-0.
Yeah, like being able to use the guaranteed wall, like the WTG, not the OTG, right there. Just guaranteed those last couple of hits on the throw was like very, very smart of them. But yeah, we are looking at 3-0 on Minute right now, so it is kind of, it's up to Teddie being like, okay, what do I want to do? How do I want to deal with these situations? And I think that we've been turning the dial pretty far down that defensive pipeline. I think we need to start going the other direction, right? Just trying to find those big opportunities where you can make a big swing and just like hit them. Because Bridget, like it's kind of like weird to be like, yeah, just hit them, but just hitting them, if you can find that big opportunity like that early punish right there, right? If you were able to find a way to convert that to a big connection, you could really make a lot happen right here. But Minute, you're going to recognize that, hey, that's what you want to do. That's the kind of game plan that you're looking for. I'm just going to play passive now. I'm just going to wait for you to commit to a mistake like this and punish you for it.
Yeah, there's just so many call-outs coming out from Minute 2. Every time they get a hit or get a knockdown, they seem to backdash and just wait for an option. And if they don't get it, they're already on Teddie themselves. So I think at this point, it's about the small victories for Teddie that can climb up to a victory, right? You have to like assess things as fast as you can in a short amount of time. It's easier said than done. I'm liking some of these round starts. I do think that because of the nature of like May's buttons, you could win on these round starts, but Minute still comes out on top, gaining a sizable lead.
But I think also on like you had mentioned, like they're just saying, okay, they're gonna throw yo-yo out and then wait to try to do some kind of mix right. They're not committing to like a true 50-50 in a given situation. You like as the May player can you lose your charge off of it, but go for like an aggressive dash like 2K.
Yeah, take some space, right? That's the little wins I'm talking about, right? Like getting like some screen real estate is sometimes all you need to get to position to get a win here. But there we go, Minute 4-0 on the board here. So yeah, I would say take a breather. Let's stay at the screen a little bit here. I want Teddie just to assess the situation. Maybe think about like, all right, where are my options when I get knocked down, like round start and in the corner? Like take those three pillars and just like like have an A and B for each one.
Yep. And they're able to find those kinds of situations, I feel like, a lot of the time, but it's just getting them to connect again and again and again, right? And that's also, like, an advantage of a character like Bridget, who you are a little slippery. You're going to get put into a weird air tech situation, and then you'll just scramble out. And that's really what they are, like, kind of looking to do as a core fundamental part of their game plan. So we will have to see if Teddie can make those adaptations, get to that next layer of the onion, or if Minuet will be able to, you know, just keep the pace going.
There we go. That's what I've been waiting for, right? The 5H for the round start, just to snipe the far S from Bridget. And this is a lot more better success, which he now has Minuet in the corner.
Yeah, has him locked down, able to keep the Totsukeki pressure, wasn't able to space it out just safe enough, so Minuet able to find that 2K, but 6P gonna connect, forces Minuet to use their YRC, and this is a big start that we've been looking for.
I'm seeing the change of wins here for Teddie. Able to call out, able to mash out. You know what? Sometimes you just gotta let them know.
Yep. Oh, I think was looking for a grab of their own right there, but Minuet had the patience, was able to toss him back in the corner, keep it going right now. Gonna get the guaranteed hard drop down on the post ball break as well. We'll see how Teddie handles it.
The defense didn't matter so big. I like the use of FD, but moved a little bit too soon. Got caught on the counter hit here. One more round potentially on this set, or can Teddie fall back from the jaws of defeat? Okay, the low profile miss. Don't hate it.
Trying to find a big opportunity. Did secure a hit, which or Minuet was able to secure a hit. Teddie forcing that burst out really early on. And there we go. This is the kind of hit that you're looking for here. This is where the May player wants to be. Lock that damage down, find another big counter hit, forces burst out for Minuet. Roger coming in from downtown, forces him to go into the airs, but Totsukeki coming out. Say hello to Mr. Dolphin.
Yeah, Teddie, I think at this point just wants one round, and they're so close to getting it. The DP coming up from it, unpunished, by the way. We're trying to keep it in the corner, anti-air, giving Minuet the position, turns the whole thing on his tables. Might be going full wall break? Yes, we are.
Saying hello to our motorcycle friend right here. Gonna be going for once more. Does catch him with the overhead right there. But we will up Dolphin out and find one more Dolphin.
Yeah, let's go. That's gotta feel good too. Just to get on the board. Come on.
But that's that momentum swing that they could use and like really well, right? Like finding another great Abare press right there from Teddie. Another big counter hit. This damage is gonna be added up again and again.
Would love to see it. Yeah, getting the health lead like this is so good when you can trade into Bridget at this point. But as I say that, Minuet calling out the burst, it said, all right, you've unlocked level 2. You have gained access to my layer 2 of Bridget.
We peer past the outer shell of the onion. We're now in its fleshy center. And we're going to be finding one more grab with a quick little RC right at the very end. That is Minuet taking it 5-0 versus Teddie.
Sometimes, you know, that's how it happens. This is kind of the nature of some knowledge checks too. Sometimes it can be really close, and sometimes it can be a little bit rough in some circumstances. But I want to touch on, like, Teddie just did a really great job on, like, that round beforehand. Really assessed the situation, and they really, like, banked a lot on their combo ability, which kind of makes sense. If they have just started, a lot of players see combos and they like, okay, this is the thing I should be learning first, and they want to like put all their points into that, and but then you have to realize, well, in order to make those combos happen, I have to play the rest of the game, neutral and defense and whatnot too. So, you know, their stat line is going to get a little more even out, I guarantee. Welcome to the scene, of course. I'm glad they started with a game like this. Guilty Gear is a fantastic franchise.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're also being in the PNW, one of the game scenes that still has been more active for this game, right? Like, I think you have your little hubs like across the country, but there are some places where Strive is not nearly as popular anymore due to releases of games like Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8 and soon to be City of the Wolves. But yeah, excellent stuff. Glad to see you on here, and hopefully we see you at some future knowledge checks. Hopefully we'll see you at some more offline events as well. But in the meantime, while we get through, that was our first half of matches that we've had so far, and we are going to be taking a quick little break at this portion of the stream. So make sure to stay tuned. We're going to be getting our next set of players in, because we're going to be having Clownlore versus Pink Rain Potemkin versus Eno coming up next. So make sure
You don't want to miss that one. I guarantee it's going to be a show and a half.
Nope. Welcome back to Knowledge Check Guilty Gear Strive Edition here on February the 20th. It is Thursday the 20th. We are excited to be here. We are excited to have Pink Rain and Clownlore in the lobby as well after some Steam Deck shenanigans happening with us. But we're going to have a great match coming up. This is the, like we were talking about right before the break, this is Potemkin versus Eno. And Potemkin has been the, I would say the talk of the town. Wouldn't you say so, first off?
That's the way to put it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Definitely a character on the map for sure. And you might just see it in a second here on the round start. Okay, I was kind of half expecting Clownlore to go for the immediate pot buster now, especially when it has that one hit of armor, because round starts are an immediate fear factor for Potemkin. And you know what? The fear is a building.
Yeah, the fear is a building, but like Pink Rain does have one distinct advantage in this, which is they are playing which is we saw this character before when Tickle was up on the screen, but a lot of Eno stuff just throws her airborne, which is the one thing that you can do to try to beat out Potemkin Buster. However, if you try to catch him on the ground, you try to deal with what he's coming through, you're gonna put yourself in a very scary situation. But he still doesn't have all the best defensive tools in the world, so if you're able to lock him down, you're able to keep the pressure, could really make this work, especially if you do it airborne.
Yeah, great point to make, especially when they nerfed a lot of his light buttons there. So on defense, like Potemkin is going to struggle a little bit, and I think Pink Rain is doing a fantastic job of taking advantage of that, even though kind of got smacked that first round. Return the favor.
Yeah. Look, sometimes you have to get smacked in the beginning so you can smack for the next two games.
You can be the smacker.
Yeah. Smacker be smacked. Duel 1, let's rock right here. And I like that.
WWE.
I really like that right there. You just saw Pink Rain immediately find the hits and then just back him, because they were expecting that burst to come in. Clownlore right there, there's a lot of just coming in to a very, very heavy option right here. Clownlore playing very defensively, allowing Pink Rain to put themselves in their own grave as we come in with the Potemkin Buster. Do it again. No, we'll just hit you this time instead.
Wow, what a fantastic snipe there from the 5P. Doesn't get the full brunt of the damage conversion there, giving Pink Rain a little bit of cream to go right back in. Oh, if Clownlore had thought a little bit sooner about moving out of the way, then maybe would have got caught by the Megalovania.
Yeah, sometimes you get jump scared right there. Aegis Reflector gonna be coming out, but we sniped you with the chemical love. Pink Rain gonna be taking game number 1. Or Clownlore, right? Clownlore.
Pink Rain.
No, it's Pink Rain. Yeah, I'm right.
Pink Rain.
I'm right.
Bringing the Reign of Hurt, of course, in this matchup. Now, this is a matchup that I fully expect to kind of go back and forth. We talked before the break set. We talked about this is like an exhibition knowledge check that is something you're gonna gain something no matter what. Whether it is knowledge or experience or whatnot too, or you might gain some entertainment. And I guarantee this is gonna be one of those very entertaining matches.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a very entertaining match. Just because like we were saying, right at the top of the show, right? Potemkin is a character that is like, people are claiming is top 1, maybe top 2, could be top 5, could be top 24, right? He's one of the very, very strong characters of this game. And generally with how a lot of the other previous strong characters, their tools don't interact with specifically armored Kara Pot Buster, which is like I think the thing that really builds a lot of his pressure around. But Eno does. Eno's like one of the few characters that just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do something and it's gonna accidentally just throw me in the sky for whatever reason, which stops you from being able to like actively do something.
Yeah, I think Clownlore has kind of shown that answer a little bit later in the round too. Was able to kind of find some anti-air 5Ps or 6Ps, but you're gonna have to do that a lot, right? That's gonna take a lot of work to be that consistent, especially against a player like driving character like
Yeah, especially character like like another big thing on Pot is he's the big body grappler. What is the key characteristic of a big body character? Big boy health. And Eno is not a character that deals a lot of damage. She is, death by 1,000 cuts or death by 1,000 50/50s.
So that means like the interactions are going to be a lot more varied in terms of just like you're going to have to work, like your 3 actions are going to be like there too, right? So you really have to like the risk reward in terms of just like making my hits count and where to spend tension you see a lot more, I think, like intention behind that.
Oh, it's gonna be huge. Like it's gonna be something that you're gonna have to worry about as like the matches go on, especially like further as we get down the line when these players, they get their knowledge against each other and have to, check their options that they have available and really figure out what they can do. It's like, oh, maybe I can't just burn RC the same as I normally do, and I have to use it in a weird, obtuse way. But we'll potentially find out as we now get back into our next game, and we're just going to immediately slide head, knock you down, and pick you up and put you down.
What a fantastic call out there from clownlore. Wow, catches the movement there on the 6H, which also just got juiced. And you know what? You're getting put in the blender, turned into a smoothie. Clownlore immediately. That was one of the fastest games I have ever seen in my life. And this game has been out for what? More than like 4 years at this point?
It's been out for like almost half a decade, and that was a blender, but instead of blades, it's hammers, because you're just getting pummeled right now again and again and again and again and again!
Perfect to cap it off. Chef's kiss there from clownlore. Hit him with the making it 1-1 apiece.
That game was quicker than our break between the last two games.
Oh, SOD. You know what? It can happen to you. It can happen to anybody.
Yeah,
you gotta throw them the old bread and butter, right? You gotta throw out 2 pot busters and pray.
Have you or a loved one been affected with pot buster?
I feel that. I feel that.
Well, let's see what they go for again. This time, just keeping the patience. I'm like, hey, I was a little aggressive. I think Rain's going to try to be able to stop me on that. But clownlore really just trying to give themselves an opportunity to get a replay of that last situation. And now our round has gone on quicker than the last 2 games, so we're going to be seeing a little bit more interaction, a little bit more layers coming through. Armor down in, go for the mix-up, crosses them up with the body splash right there. Aegis Reflector going to come up, knock him down.
Yeah, and now you have to respect this whole situation. No sudden movements, and if you don't move anyways, you're gonna get grabbed. So you really have to pick and choose your battles, but clownlore says it's all battle. I'm battle ready.
Yeah.
Ironclad.
Ironclad in the... Ooh, Psycho Crusher actually hitting the
okay.
with his back right there.
That's a good answer, actually.
Yeah. But still, one thing to be careful about, utilizing those plus frames off the TK right here, gonna be keeping these combos going. Her knockdown though, so you unfortunately have to reset that neutral a little bit more, but you have a very significant health lead, but I can go away very, very quickly. Garuda gonna get punished, but if you want some more.
I got hit.
Yeah, you got hit by that? Good.
I got hit by that stun. I got stun locked, but we might get stunned here in a second. Put out the guy Ganter. I like the escape option coming out from pink range. Never want to miss a chance to reset the situation, to reassess.
Yeah, it was also great use, like they just jumped right there, but once we saw Slidehead trying to come down once again, Ingrid immediately going for Chemical Love just to be able to get out of it and try to control it. We tried to heavily Pot Buster, but it's not going to work out just yet. Didn't let you escape the corner though, but it wouldn't let you escape death.
Yeah, fantastic low profile there of Stroke going underneath the 2S. Yeah, I really did like the dive kick coming out here, but you know what clownlore says? If we just delay the situation, we might find under the Slidehead anyway. And another one.
I can't believe flicked on that.
That was very.
That was actually crazy.
Oh wow! And able to go air to air to make sure you land like Gigantor and get the full brunt of damage into the heat knuckle, of course breaking the glass here. Just looking like a clownlore round if I ever saw one.
Yeah, it is right.
The cheeks
there. Ooh, hit him with the J's. Show those toes. Show those shoes. Clownlore up 2.
Man, call an ambulance. But not for me.
Not for me, no. And I do really like those last couple interactions from clownlore, just representing Strike again and again and again. And you saw how afraid clownlore was of Pot Buster off of every single interaction right there. Just being like, oh god, I'm going to die if I don't try to get out of the situation.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here.
Definitely the motto for sure. And we could see the dive kicks work out as we saw Iskanovan right there, just to kind of beat the slide head here. But I think we're like clownlore's not playing as binary anymore and able to kind of stagger their pressure and their options a little bit more. So now going for a different armored option.
Yeah, we'll be
using all of them honestly.
Yeah. Look, if we have armored options, we might as well use them as long as you're trying to press buttons in here. And that's a great recognition as well from Clownlore right there. They just dropped that combo knowing that they wouldn't build it. They didn't build the 50 meters, so they couldn't RC the kill. So we need one more big interaction to go in their favor, but their health bar is looking a little low, and Pink Rain going to be looping it again and again and again. The no mix.
Yeah, it's the interactions we were talking about, right? Like, you only need so much to make up the damage, and you only need one pop buster to steal around here. Pink Rain did have a couple of good series, but yeah, you need to have a lot more interaction to seal the deal.
Grace's stroke right there, not going to be able to allow him to get that guaranteed unblockable.
Woo. I like the whip P on that, just to kind of like think, you know, Apollo was going to go for some type of beauty.
Yeah, the whippy frame kill has been like a big thing on Potemkin since even season 1, but since
right.
Not as many people.
He says, I'm saying, get it out of here. I've seen it before. I'm calling it out.
Yeah.
I'm putting more lore into the clown lore right in the book as we speak. Change the Wikipedia.
A new chapter in Bozo Fighter has opened up from Clownlore right there. That was great. That was a perfect recognition, because also just being like the patient and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna down back then buffer this and wait for you to do anything. Because at worst you're dead, or sorry, at best you're dead. At worst I'm in the air and I get a J2H. It's pretty good. I like that situation. Do you like that situation? Clownlore said yes, they do like that situation. They also like this one. Hit him again.
Oh man! Oh, there's no way! There's no way you did that! Oh! I'm dead.
And I like that actually. Just use the backdash to get hit by Grid to go tumble full screen. But unfortunately, you guessed wrong one more time versus Potemkin, so that helped the rest of your health bar got into the Clownlore. Looking very confident.
It's gotta be said, one of these players out of themselves that they're playing on the Steam Deck, either they're super cracked on their weapon of choice, or you need to switch to a desktop, man.
Fully decided who that is right here, but we did get the guaranteed knockdown on this wall break as well. Gigantor be able to lock him down, but the Potemkin missile coming in clutch right at the very end. Clownlore 4-1.
It's looking pretty difficult, but there is, you know, things to, we can make mountains out of molehills. And I think one of those things is, you know, we were talking about the dive kick, right? Where we talked about options for the slide head. We could start backdashing the slide head too, like in older games, but I think the way the hover dash works is probably a little dubious. I want to see maybe a little more action against like the Mega Fist, right? So Mega Fist in the last patch got a little bit bigger hurt box, a little bit easier to snipe out of the air. Maybe a little bit like JK action might work, but Clownlore says, I don't need resources, I don't need burst, you can have it.
Yeah, I think the big thing is if Pink Rain is able to actually like keep this pressure, because a lot of their losses are off of you block out the Eno pressure and then made one break. Right? Like you saw right there, you got the ball break situation, hit him with the 2V, found a great jump in, and now you're in a very scary situation. You want to backdash out. I don't want to deal with this. You want to deal with this, but you have to deal with the counter hit into the Potemkin Buster. Once again, this
tap does. Oh, I thought we were going to be able to burst too. I thought Clownlore had it.
No, when you burst it in full screen right now, it's not a good situation for you, but neither is these sheets slamming from downtown. Clownlore, one health bar away from closing this out.
And immediate dive picked it up for King Brain. He's starting to start a lot of matchups, and where he kind of succeeds too. Okay, you know, pretty respectable wall break too. This is what I like to see here. You're gonna have to keep close proximity. I like the use of RC to make sure we close the gap. And Clownlore, all you're hanging on to this burst. It's not really any big reason to kind of just waste it immediately. You're probably good about letting it go for the next round.
Unfortunate right there that you just autopiloted the stroke right there instead of popping the super to guarantee the kill.
Oh boy. Okay, I like the well-timed backdash, but we're coming in with another pop buster. This is how it starts.
Okay, big hits.
You know what? We get a repeat.
Yeah, we get a repeat. You missed it the first time. You gotta see it here.
We got a matinee showing this weekend, starring yours truly, Clownlore. Now winning that 5-1 against Pink Rain. Good God, Clownlore was out here to make a statement.
Yeah, just really showing like this is one of those matchups on paper where you're like, oh, Eno's probably got enough like options to deal with everything that Potemkin can do, right? Right? Clearly, having tools that keep you in the skies, keep you away from the big scary thing opens up a lot of slightly less scary things.
But yes, a fantastic match, of course, like we said, was entertaining, no doubt. And I think a lot of the situations were that I could see that clownlore was goading Pink Rain to be like, all right, you want to like crush my buttons from this distance here with stroke, with 2S and whatnot. And as soon as you do that, that's how he's able to find so many JDs and JHs, right? Like he's like, oh, what, Potemkin being this big grappler, how is he able to get these great jump-ins so easily? But no, they're all like predetermined. It's all set up here, and once you start getting in, it just starts snowballing. Like that's how Potemkin is.
Yeah, and I mean, like that was, I think the big thing is like Pink Rain just couldn't find the way to stop that snowball from falling all the way down the hill. Like we saw like bits and pieces here or there, some rounds, some great plays, but just as a whole, it was kind of like it's a hard situation to deal with just as a whole, right? So, but good stuff from both players. Congrats to clownlore for taking it 5-1. And up next, we are going to have Poff, the Baiken player, versus GWANGLORD, the Lord of the Gwang themselves, on Faust.
Now, we'll get to a second. I'll let you kind of take the wheel and give us the lowdown on GWANGLORD. But these are also two players that, we might not get to see a lot of spotlight on them. So once again, shouts to Check for getting that option here on these first to fives. Of course, we got Faust and Baiken. Now, give me the lowdown on your Oregon Soldier.
Yeah. So Gwang is one of our like bigger like community, like actual like Strife community leaders that we have down in Portland. They're someone who they really like helped keep the local scene at least like interacting and playing each other and grinding this game again and again for a very long time. A lot of them have kind of they still play Strife, but they also like play Tekken, or they play Street Fighter, they play City of the Wolves, they play whatever, right? But
they're an all-inner, right?
They're all arounder. But Gwang does a lot of work, not only as a player, but like from an organizational standpoint, helping with brackets, tournaments. Just always trying to make sure that everybody's informed and ready to be able to play as quickly as possible. And you're going to be seeing them now deal with the Baiken of Poff. He's another one of these players I'm not super familiar with. We see people I'm not as familiar with, unfortunately, nowadays.
Yeah, I would love to get maybe a little bit inside scoop about Poff here, but they're obviously here to show their stuff. And you talked about GWANGLORD wears a lot of hats here, but you're going to have to work overtime against a character like Baiken, which honestly came up the biggest winner of Season 4, if not one of them.
Yeah, definitely one of the characters that, like, was, like, I know, like, Season 3.5, there was some talks, like, oh, maybe it's just got some problems here or there, but definitely feels a lot more well-rounded and still brings a ton of damage on deck, just as you can see in the last round, like you see right here.
Yeah, brings out the overdrive here. GWANGLORD still has a burst intact here. Poff has been so on point. Wow, the rising jump peep thanks to the height of Faust, hitting him with a perfect, good God.
Yeah,
all right. You best know the name Poff. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that is like one of those things that you do have to be ready for in the Faust matchup, specifically as the Faust is like, and as the opponent as well, because if you try to go for the overheads and they actually do attempt to block high, Faust stands higher than a lot of characters, so you gain some additional fuzzies that you can do, and you can bring some more mix-up opportunities. But from the Kevin in the back of my head, we got a little bit more information on Poff. They actually placed somewhere in the top 96 or higher range in Stride and Street Fighter at Frost. Definitely one of those players who's like nothing to, you gotta respect that name, you gotta respect the damage that's coming through, and she's putting out the work right now.
Yeah, nothing to sneeze at too. A lot of her players at BMW did some damage out Frosties here, and they put more damage out. Okay, GWANGLORD starting to get a little more situated. Maybe wasn't quite ready for that last round, but now starting to get a handle about how Poff is playing. Wow, and that was a crazy shenanigans, but unfortunately puts himself in the court.
Yeah, like tried to go for some saucy stuff early on, trying to get into Poff's head so they make the more normal things work out later on. But unfortunately, it's going to work when Poff was ready for it and just stayed calm and calculated with the 2S Kabari right at the very end.
Wow. 6K, even the low profileness of Faust, not a really easy thing to do. Goes for the Tommy mix, it works out. You're also tethered as well. So looking up aces so far. what an answer coming out from Poff, able to use the parry on the tornado.
And GWANGLORD just staying away right now. Was trying to pick up that after because they know they'd have to commit the bomb bag, and Poff can just get a big run up, deal with him with Gazans, and that's what's trying to come out. We will item toss super though, so you're going to be locked down a little bit. Did eat the meteor, so we got some big boys coming down.
Poff able to kind of mitigate the whole situation too. You have to interact with the items as much as Faust sometimes, and you know, the defense is working out for Poff, but you're stuck in the corner. The boys coming through one more time. Tap dust. Why is he going to say different?
Yeah, why are keeping Poff alive right here and actually giving them the opportunity to close that game right there? And you saw GWANGLORD really get, I think, start to get their foot in the door in that match, right? Like, it was like, okay, find my spacing on it, find where I can actually toss items, get to the point where I actually can build 50 meter, and then chuck, 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 chuck. But, like, Poff did a really, really good job of just throwing up the stop sign a lot of the times, being like, yeah, you can send out the Faust braid, you can throw, you can throw trumpet, you can give me big meteors even. I'll take that hit. I'll reset, and I'll still come in, and I'll still keep swinging.
That's a great point to make, because yeah, even like GWANGLORD got some fantastic RNG. It did not deter Poff whatsoever, and that's the difference, right? You're playing with characters that rely on more RNG, where Baiken has consistency, right?
Speaking of consistency, that 6P has been consistently working out for them in a lot of these neutral situations. But we'll scalpel one more time, send you to the skies, get some items going, and we got all the goons coming out right now.
All you boys, once again, a parry coming out from Poff to really a consistent answer we've been seeing from them in that interaction. Although you're still tethered, so you have to watch out where you swing.
Oh, weird tech situation. Even Poff wasn't ready for it, because they have a turnaround on that lead pressure right there. Gives GWANGLORD another chance to block all this pressure out, staying safe, but that risk gauge is high. And that parry's dangerous.
Poff has consistently taken off the table any chance of going for a tornado like RC option, which means Poff is gonna have to like think of something different, because it's just not gonna work out, unfortunately. Or at least put something else in the head to make it more effective later.
Put my hammer there, unfortunately, but still not letting that get done. Just keep the zombie pressure going, staggering him out, but that wild assault gonna give him a chance to open up, and now you're getting hit by your own tether right here, which is big for Faust.
Man, can we talk about how GWANGLORD has blocked so many Yo Johnsons over and over again? Not many people say they've blocked a successive barrage from Baiken.
Oh, this is big. Oh, great use of Tatami right there, but you're still going to get that Afro popping on you, and you have to be careful. That combo's not going to finish. Gwen getting a theoretical free burst right there, but you tried to JPK, and Poff was ready to shut you down, even from that full taking it. Now sitting 3-0.
Even some semblance of brilliance started coming out from GWANGLORD. Had some good moments, but Poff just seemed like they're a little bit more studied. Like they were ready for this matchup too. Like players had some time. They were given their assignment, and Poff seems to know it, right? So GWANGLORD has to like, all right, how's your report card, right? Let's turn some of these E's to S's.
Yeah, well, like
I'm bringing it back grade school style, okay?
E's and S's.
I'm sorry, I'm old.
I don't think you're old. I just think you went to a different school district than I did. We had A's through F's.
Go to school, right? Well, we're keeping a respectable distance so far. Bring out some items. Got the throw on. We talked about that bomb bag earlier, Tabby. Let's see if it's able to come into fruition.
Yeah, being able to get the 1,000-ton weight right there, though, to be able to lock Poff down, so you can get the opportunity to be safe on it. It does pick up another Afro right there, and a great IAD to come in through, be able to get out of the bomb that was going to be hit from behind. And Gwen getting a lot of Afros out right now in this round. Like 4 have come out so far? RC's gets rid of it.
Fantastic match from GWANGLORD too, and waste no time to put more items out. I like the use of FD to kind of just slow their descent, but GWANGLORD now taking a round here, respectable lead.
Yeah, definitely they found a big opportunity right there in the use of, I think a big specialty on Gwang is their ability to just like constantly react to the items. And right, like that's definitely something that all Faust players have to do. But Gwang is one of those people that has been playing this character since day one. This is their guy, right? So they know what all these items do, they know where they want to be on the screen and how they want to deal with them. But unfortunately they've been trying to use this tornado again and again, but the parry has been so good for Poff to jump that shot.
Yeah, and Poff keeps showing their hand, saying this like, you best just keep putting it away, otherwise you're giving me free opportunity to get a punish or at least a knockdown too. GWANGLORD still fighting back despite being tethered. Goes for the wall assault.
And I love this use of going for items and then eating them like right in front of Poff's face to force them to scramble a little bit more. But we'll be coming in from the skies, hitting with a little left, right at the end of that combo. Not able to kill just yet. GWANGLORD though, looking for an opportunity to get a point on the board, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, fantastic recognition on the throw there at the end. But you're right, like there are times when like GWANGLORD is right in front of Poff's face and goes for item toss, immediately eats it, and basically stealing turns right in front of them. And Poff like hasn't kind of during the headlights about it. And that's something that GWANGLORD can probably keep taking advantage of until Poff has that answer. I think that's kind of the shift we're having. You know, probably no more of the tornado option, because that's been answered, I think, 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, it's been answered so many times. It is a really good tool, but like if you're just autopiloting it, like that has been coming up, and Poff has just been correctly responding with the really good answer again and again and again. Like it's gonna put you in a much scarier situation. You can already see it like not going for like normally we've seen a tornado by now, right? But right now we've seen the JKs, we've seen bomb bag, finally confirms now, throwing the hair out, throwing the boy out. Lucy next, maybe a candy bar. No, bomb bag gonna come out. Still finds a way to connect. Scalpel gets blocked. But we're getting that command grab mix.
And it starts as soon as you start getting sit still. You reapply the do. Going for the JD. Oh, no. Fantastic parry there on the jump D. There from Poff. I got a new hairstyle, but I'm trying to get you a new mix as well. Goes for the overdrive super. Goes for the cross-up tornado as well. We got a bunch of shenanigans. You know what? Such a good hairstyle. Put on myself.
Put it on myself because I'm able to fan the flames a little bit more into my favor right there. And you saw finding a cross-up JD right at the very end. Excellent work. Ooh, gonna get mixed. He slipped on their own banana peel right there. Big parry.
Once again, wow. Office has that a lot. Yeah, a lot of respect to Tommy too.
Yeah, but was respecting Tom maybe a little too much right at the very end right there. As we found a Yozanson going to be able to open them up right at the very end. And Poff getting a point on getting a round on the board for the first time since last game.
And GWANGLORD wins with a great opportunity for himself. Like, Faust is an opportunity character. I've been seeing him try to use the golf club to use that new Season 4 buff, but really hasn't really struck gold at all. But a deflect might be well timed, but Poff immediately right in there too. Fantastic reactions, and to get a fantastic reward being this tension.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't deflect forever, but GWANGLORD has decided I can actually pressure forever. 6H at the very end right there to try to get as much damage as possibly can. But Poff goes for BRC into parry right there.
No way. You know what? I'm with it. You know, sometimes when you throw a BRC out, it's like a challenge. It's like, please do something. And
well,
GWANGLORD,
like the natural response is off of BRC. If they're just doing it raw like that, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna press at you. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Parry. That's what they're going to.
That's what they're gonna do, right? Like, you know, that's honestly, like you said, you don't see that too often. Kind of a natural thing Baiken has the luxury of doing here. But they are able to steal another game, going up 4-1. One more game potentially here for Poff. Now, GWANGLORD, I can see it happen. I know he can definitely crawl back. No pun intended.
Yeah, he can definitely crawl his way back, climb out into victory, find a big opportunity. But Poff has been really good at, like, once again, find early tempo, pressure you down again and again. And like it's situations like that. Like you throw a scalpel and it's I don't know, is scalpel better than doing item toss? Obviously Gwang's DX probably has a much better idea than I do, but like I feel like most of the success has come through when items have been on the table, just like that. Even getting that one lone trumpet allows you an opportunity to stay alive a little bit more, but you don't have to hold all this pressure. Pressure indeed, you will hold. GWANGLORD put back on the back foot, and now Poff has one more round to win to close this out. GWANGLORD, how deep are your pockets? Locking them down to flex shields once again. Trying to find an opportunity to stay safe. Scalpel clashes with 6P right there. Poff ready to keep themselves safe through it, add up this damage, putting them one combo away from closing it out. GWANGLORD gonna go for more items. Yeah, no more of this decision fatigue. Let's make some decisions, but Poff has made the decision to win here. Gonna be taking it 5-1.
Wow, and like I said, I haven't heard of Poff until today, but you best be putting more respect on their name because they are a Baiken to be feared.
Yep.
And yeah, I think kind of looking back at the match, right? We saw GWANGLORD try to rotate a lot of different options, and I think a lot of success was just finding space to get those items. Sometimes you would throw out the scalpel like you mentioned, but even that got answered right. And it's more like, no more of the decision fatigue. Probably rely on the items to make decisions for you. But sometimes you don't get the chance because Poff was so proactive.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Is like you didn't have all the time in the world to be chucking items like you normally would want to. So definitely is the ebb and flow of that match. But excellent stuff for both players.
Now we're getting down to the coup de grace, the end of our knowledge check. One more set here, and you know what? It's going to be a banger, but looking forward to this one as we have negative Ellie and Sarah, Badguy. Ellie, of course, her and Tickle are training partners here. They had a very close set at the last Backstreet Brawl. So absolutely great. One of the best Zatos to do it as well. Sarah, Badguy, what can be said? The embodiment of Soul, right? And one thing I want to see when it comes to Season 4 Soul is how does Sarah adapt to the combo identity shift? Because that's the huge thing for Soul this patch.
Yeah, and it'll be like Sarah has been like. It's very hard to talk about Sarah without talking about the long extended pass on Happy Chaos that she had for a while, right? Like this is someone who knows like what to do when the time is right, as long as the meta allows you to do it. And I think that's going to be a big thing that Ellie has to be prepared for. And you're going to see early on Ellie is just going to be locking them down again and again. You already saw some great reads right there, being able to recognize the air throw situation. And Sarah finding some big opportunities to get some damage in, trying to even up a little bit more. Wires coming out very aggressive from Ellie right here.
I think it's going to be really hard to pull the wool over Sarah's eyes in a lot of situations. We really can't knowledge check here, but she's able to find the gaps a lot more. I've been seeing that from the very get-go. Finds the counter hit too, as has Ellie in the corner. PRC forward, gets the command grab, and that's all she wrote.
Why would you lie to the audience like that? Ellie was not in the corner. She was out of the corner and into the grave right there.
Sorry. I'll do better next time.
Yeah, please do better. Please do better. Just like Sarah is doing better in this neutral situation right here than they were at the start of the first round. Finding the great like JK to early come in, and Ellie whiffed a throw, and you cannot afford to do that versus Soul Badguy.
Like we have such a massive health lead, we can just let negative Ellie wait for it to kind of get a little like exhausted in their options. But speaking of which, goes for a gold burst.
Yeah, you saw Sarah actually try to like air throw in that situation, but unfortunately this skill Pierce Drive, you cannot throw the burst right there. It ended up working for them, but Amorphous gonna come out here and he quickly even up a big chunk of this life total, but he didn't have Eddie on deck anymore, so you have to face the wrath of her blade. Sarah, take game number 1.
Yeah, there kind of is like a paradigm shift a lot in these two matchups too. You have to worry about Soul when he has meter or no meter, but you also have to worry about like Eddie's gauge, right? And I think Sarah has been pretty keen on that from the get-go. I think the tone was really set when you saw that there was a clash and Sarah immediately clashed into a cancel option. Like, Sarah is a chronic labber, so you're really like, how do you outdo the labber?
Yeah, that is the question. How do you stop one that is just in the library so often? And you can see that patience, right? Waiting for Ellie to commit to a larger option and bring the appropriate counter, right? Trying to go for Fafnir right there, but Ellie ended up going for Drill again instead of going for a different option like a 6B. Like you saw right at the very end right there, but this time Sarah now ready for it. They know, okay, this is what you're thinking in this game. Fine, you have to face these fists right here. JK delay gonna connect once again, and that has been such a good tool for Sarah in a lot of these situations as they're trying to get it on Ellie. Just going for jump in and delay JK and catch him out of a lot of these Eddie presses.
And also catching there out of fly from the get-go too. Sarah is just not letting up. We talk about if it broke, don't fix it, but like a lot of these pressure sequences have been kind of the bane of players' existence since the game has released, and it still works here in Season 4.
Yeah, which has definitely not been the case for Soul Badguy. There's been times where your early stuff doesn't work as much, but we'll just keep it simple with a clean 6H. Sarah up 2-0.
Yeah, you may be able to change the character like pretty fundamentally, right? Like taking away like the heavy volcanic viper loops. You know, still you're gonna put the hurt on. You got the damage and strive. So,
oh yeah,
Ellie. I want to see what Ellie's kind of answer is to this though. This has been kind of harsh.
I think a big thing is Ellie just needs to find a big opportunity to take tempo early and keep it up, right? Like, as Soul, you don't have the same kind of tools that normally characters do with puppet characters and animations. So, being able to use Eddie a lot more aggressively, like you're seeing right now, actually, just constantly keeping the mix again and again and again. Unfortunately, did have to pop Eddie. And this is the chance that Sarah can make these big kind of comebacks really come through. But we'll get him back once more. Not going to be able to get him just yet. But Tap Dust RC forces the burst out for Sarah. JP is going to connect though. We're just trying to keep them locked down until we can get the boy back. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen just yet. Say hi to my fist. Say hi to the feet. Say hi to the Tap Dust RC right there. But not able to close it out just yet.
Yeah, the JK continues to keep putting in work here as we're like almost even here on the life total. We're going to put out the sword to get some gauge back here. Nice jump over the frog and kills it with the JK as well. Sarah recognizing all the situations. It was an air hit, so wasn't able to get the punish on the BR1.
Oh, and another big whiff throw. We've seen Ellie go for that option a lot in these situations because we saw it early, right? Sarah was being a little throw heavy. And so being like, okay, like maybe I'm just going to try to tech out of the throw, or if you go for a delay too much, trying to like get too deep into the layers, I'll be able to punish you for it. But Sarah has just had the right timings every single time with what they need. That good old dust loop, trying to bait a burst that wasn't there, unfortunately. But we'll keep it in the corner.
Raw 6B, now he's getting a chance to sandwich. Why is he going to kill all that? No imagination here. We're in reality. Sarah keeping that great distance at the 6S range, but jumps in anyways. Close S, deflect. I like the idea. A lot of resources are taken off the table there for Ellie now.
Oh, Sarah was looking for that big confirm in the very end, but couldn't find it. Unfortunately, there we go. Jumps out of that situation this time. Able to re-steal the corner, build that Eddie gauge back up, keep the pressure going. Deflect shield on your own. Frog not going to be able to connect because of that. And now Sarah just looking for the patience, not wanting to hit that negative penalty. But Ellie is going to be threatening it. Oh, and a great delay right there, waiting for anything. We've seen a lot of deflect shield. We've seen a lot of jump, seen a lot of throw, mash. Just got to wait for them to commit to an option and punish accordingly. And that is what Sarah was doing. That's their game plan from the start. It'll be their game plan till the end as they're up 3-0 right now.
And that's just Sarah taking stock of what's already kind of happened in the match and knowing like, all right, I put you in the situation many times. You've given me your answers and I'm going to respond appropriately here. Now I need to see Ellie respond appropriately here as they haven't done anything on the board quite yet, but they've had, you know, been very close.
Yeah, oh no, it's the epitome of like 3-0, but it was close though at this point. Like, Ellie is
like,
not
out for real, right?
Yeah, like every time it's like, oh, Ellie lost at like 1 health, where like they could have won it, but it was just like an interaction going not their favor. But this time, interactions going into their favor. Sword gonna come through, slurp that Eddie gauge all the way back up, get a hard knockdown, send the frog once more, but great IVs and another great delay on their own end. Ready to punish Ellie, or punish Sarah right there. Ellie put in the work, get themselves all perfect.
And I think there's 3 things to take away from that immediately after those 2 interactions. Is just like able to beat out the deflect shield, able to call out the movement with the 5H, and also able to kind of snipe the air options with the drill. Negative Ellie is just turning things on its head.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that like now you're going to see Sarah try to be a little more aggressive with the Barre options and any pressure, right? Like trying to use even to close them out. And that's where you're going to see oppose have to come in and deck, but that's also a good situation. Oh, we're going to be playing this nice little back and forth again and again. Some may call it RPS, but it is just players trying to figure each other out, trying to make something work. Great instant jump IB, a great block on the overhead as well from Sarah. Playing safe so they get in that 2S range, find a big hit just like that.
Yeah, just trick positioning right there. I can be with it, but I can also be with Ellie, almost closing it out, forcing out the burst there from Sarah.
Right at the last second as well, but that's a big counter hit. And yeah, Sarah, though, committing to baiting the burst because they didn't want this situation to happen. They don't have the health to mess with Zato at full screen, but the counter hit JS with an RC at the very end should give them enough to confirm it and stay alive one more time.
And that's the calm and collected attitude you probably really expect from Sarah, because yeah, if she had really fully committed on the last combo, she wouldn't have gotten that victory. Like you talked about, reset the neutral wasn't the option she wanted.
More, just keep the pressure going, but once again, that conflict of nature that you were just talking about, unfortunately, you can't be calm forever, and that's where Ellie is going to close the round, hit him with the Among Us, and now bring it 3-1.
A classic indeed. Perfect as a response. That's what I like to see.
Yeah.
Wow, a neuron just turned on in Ellie's head.
Yeah, I mean, like, if
So
you
bad.
want to put it into perspective, like, it was a perfect round 1. It was a one-touch situation in round 2 that they just unfortunately, you coin flipped and you lost, which happens, and then to do a perfect round 3. That's like excellent work. That's full understanding. Like, okay, I know what you want to be doing, and I know what I want to be doing at this point, and it's up to me to just be able to loop it again and again and again. But Sarah also will have the time to show the counterplay. It's like, okay, you know what I'm doing, but are you going to know this? And then you're going to throw out some insane option like. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that they're going to pull out, because we'll have to find out as we get into our next game.
We're starting the conversation of it's like, do you know, do I know, do you know?
Yeah.
But right now I know that Sarah has gotten negative Ellie the corner. They immediately responds, not even going to let Soul have any kind of systemic dagger pressure here. I like the immediate back off to get the whiff punish. Come to me, put you in the corner, and I'll take that DP. Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum indeed was Sarah trying to find these big hit opportunities. Found a 2S counter hit, but couldn't make anything work, so instead finding off the next one. Not able to finish it off the fast gear, so Ellie actually got their 2S of their own right there. And is going to get a wall break off of it, sword to refill the Eddie gauge. Once more. Shield coming up, and the YRC was not close enough right there. So that's Ellie taking another round on the board.
Yeah, that's a lot of resources off the table. You don't have the kind of burst gauge going to this next round. Ellie has all that really puts you in a standard situation. The tap has been working on Sarah throughout the whole entire set. It will work here once more. Putting out the sword. Excalibur doing work.
A little bit more. Mix them up, but that DP is not going to work out for you. Ellie was ready to stop it, shut it down. Now Sarah sitting in another low health situation. Doesn't burst available though, so you can try to make something happen. SB going to connect with ORC to keep the combo going.
The active phrase of invite hell, clipping Sarah's movement there at the end. Yeah, it can be a little ambiguous when the animation might end, but there we go. Negative Ellie climbing back.
Yeah. It's like it was 3-0 a minute and a half ago, but now we're all the way back up to 3-2.
This is what you really expect from these two players, and honestly, this is get your popcorn, keep your butts glued to the seats, we're in for the long haul.
Yep, this is gonna be one of those matches that will go the distance, and it will not be going for speed. They're gonna take their time. They're gonna make their right plays. They're gonna figure it out. And figure out how that they can shut each other down right now. Sarah
only one to be here alone here at the end of the first to 5. Nice conversion there from Sarah Badguy. I like it, the FD push, which means we get the wild assault in. Fantastic usual jump from negative Ellie.
Yeah, excellent stuff right there. We already saw Sarah get an opportunity to use the JK. Once again, we haven't seen before, but another great back throw from them. And there we go. Use that bandit bringer right at the bottom of the ground. You think you're going to be going for a low, catch him high.
That's really Sarah's signature there, is kind of using that bandit bringer. It doesn't have the same properties like they used to use it, but they'll still make it work anyhow as they take another fabulous round. Yeah, it may not coming out from Sarah. You're knocking it away. Where are you running?
Because you want to lock him down, but as soon as you try to backdash to shimmy yaw them, Ellie was ready for it to press you out. JK back hit gonna connect, looking like plus R. Oh, but a big 2S counter hit, but not able to find anything big off of it. 6 feet from Ellie, though, going to give you a knockdown. Now it's going to allow you to potentially start an Eddie pressure, but it won't let you start enough. Burst has been paid, and long as we awaited this damage building up, and the 6S doesn't connect. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's my fault.
There was a lot to take away here. All I know that Sarah took a lot of resources, not only with the burst up so high, the YRC, but also that game getting another on the board. And either it's a game that we can slow down the tempo with on negative Ellie's side, or it's a game that Sarah could just. I know Aether Drift just came out in MTG, but we're really pushing the gas super hard here. I know we got the crossover. Come on.
The drift
I was
counter.
speaking your language, okay?
The drift counter is at 3.
She's playing Radagast, okay? Ellie's playing Demir.
Ellie's playing fully breakfast right now, but unfortunately can't get the loops that they want to be going off just yet, as Sarah is just keeping the pressure up, checking the life total again and again. But Ellie finding another big hit right here, really just wants to reset the situation. They know they can get it. They know they can just stop, tell Sarah to stop for a little bit, calm down, take a chill pill, maybe make this work. But Sarah wants to keep it going. They're turning that gauge up.
Throw incident, now a chance for Ellie to get things started. I like the delay cancel there on the 5-8. Sarah doesn't bite too hard, but will swing on the DP. The desperation punch and try to make something happen.
Getting the real mix right here, finds him, but will we finally confirm? No, Eddie Gage not enough down here to continue it.
That was so close. Yeah, now we see Sarah just kind of throwing things out, hoping for a big land, but negative Ellie has been really proactive on putting the oppose out, putting these 60s just to cover the horizontal space in case you want a Bandit Revolver in and cancel it with RC.
Yeah, well, you haven't really seen an oppose be able to actually connect at that distance just yet, right? Like, a lot of times an oppose comes through, Sarah just like whoops out of the situation and doesn't want to deal with it. But now Ellie doesn't want to deal with them as they're using the FD to try to push him out, trying to get them to bait for the oppose or the frog, RC to keep yourself safe, just like we were talking about. But now you're stuck in the blender.
Pull a blend. Find out.
Yeah, well,
RC push right back.
Locked down with this damage going through. Going to be bringing him coast to coast this time, but we'll be breaking the wall, bringing him all the way over to Japan. No hard knockdown. Sarah does have 50 meter on deck, though. This is a kind of scary situation. Delay a little bit of time, because Ellie needs to build that Eddie Gage back up to regain the pressure. 60 going to shut them down, but then oppose, frog, drill. You know the deal. Great reflect shield. Uses the RRC to keep themselves close, also keep themselves safe, but the 2S is talking to him.
Yeah, even though Sarah had the answer to the tap dust, which has been ruined its ugly head throughout the whole entire set, negative Ellie was also ready for that. And yeah, you made a good point, like a little bit before that match ended, about how they're killing time with Fly and using the jump D to make sure we get the Eddie Gage back, because that's where she's gonna win, right? Like, it seems a little difficult. Like, you can make some miracles happen without Eddie, but really it's a tag team duo.
Yeah, and you can't, like, you don't, like, as Soul, you don't have the ability to just, like, super jump blow them up in that situation, right? Like, you're going to be able to, at best, get a DP, but it's not a clean hit, so it's not going to be able to cover the damage. And Ellie didn't want to take any damage right there, so they're trying to backdash out, but they already threw themselves to the corner, but it don't matter. You're going to take a little bit of help. We're going to throw you back down, say hi to the frog, say hi to the boys. But no Eddie Gage just there.
5-8 counter hit, really good response back with the burst. They're trying to find a conversion. Yep, and there's no guard crush or anything. I'm probably just kind of like dialed that in, knowing like when you're so used to it after so many seasons, now it guarantees a punish.
Once more finds another good hit, good IB on the invite hell right there. Can't IB them all, and Ellie gonna be able to quickly keep it tight.
Okay.
Close out another round.
Honestly, this is one of some of the closest matches we have absolutely had tonight. Artisan starts off with a great round start. Sarah finds the trade. Probably for a counter hit jump D. Wow, you know what? Negative Ellie had the right idea. Sarah's been letting those DPs fly, especially in that same kind of area. But it was not able to capitalize fully.
Yeah, maybe potentially expecting like another like match DP in that situation because of spacing. It would be hard to get like the exact punish that you're looking for. So I just like for Ellie to be like, okay, I blocked it. I'm just gonna back off. Like we'll reset. Put them in a great situation. Unfortunately for Ellie, though, Sarah put themselves in a great situation, locking them down once more.
This is the worst. Yeah, because now we brought this all the way back thanks to the damage that Sarah has been dishing out here. Now we're bringing out the invite hell just to make sure we can hold it down because the tension is high, which means BRRC is back on the menu, boys.
Yeah, did have to burn that, though, to stay safe, to not get blown up by Sword Super right there, but the throw will come in. You can't oppose a grab.
The confidence to just run all the way down and recognize, like, Negative Ellie was already dialed into an Eddie option, and Sarah took advantage of it.
Well, yeah, they've been kind of like going for the same general game plan. So if you're used to the momentum of the Zatoichi player, you can get him out in a lot of situations, and just like that, use the PRC to bait out the jump punish attempt, grab, and now Sarah in a very comfortable situation once again has that health lead, being able to just stay patient and wait for a big opportunity of their own. Sure, you get tap dust, RC, okay, that's fine. You don't have to do anything. You have the gold burst.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We're
Ellie
going
does find the air tech situation, though, but a wild throw was what we opened up this match with, and a wild throw is what we will close this match with. That's going to be Sarah taking it 5-3 over Ellie.
That's what I like to see. You know what? I got to give some points to Ellie there at the end. Went out in style, was able to kind of find a gold burst, but Sarah took it in confident fashion. Like I said, she is so bad guy.
Yeah. Well, what Sarah Badguy? That was the name of the character that was on screen. Soul?
The new DLC. Excuse me.
Have you been watching like The Martian or something like too much? Like that's only Sarah Badguy here.
It's 1999. We got a PS1 and Guilty Gear 1. Get in here, loser. Come on.
Yeah. Well, speaking of get in here, y'all should sign up for the next set of Strive exhibitions that we have coming up. Please make sure to check those out. I believe either is a chat command or someone will be dropping a link in there. But make sure to also check out all the Hop On socials as well. They'll be posting it there. And for those of you on PNW, y'all will see it get posted around. You know where to look for that. But if you don't know where to look, join the PNW Air Dashers Discord. Some cool discussion happens there. Maybe some cool people hang out there. Maybe some people that were on the show. Talking about the players, not us. We're in the Illuminati Discords.
It's been a fantastic time here on Hop On. Thanks for having us for the knowledge check. Thanks for tuning in and enjoying all the Guilty Gear Strive action. Of course, good for Shaw, Tabby. Yep. I know you got your tag. Is that what you want to like land off here?
But, y'all should play Trails. That game series is pretty good. It's pretty good. New game just came out. But don't play that new game because it's the sequel to another game. That's a sequel to a quadrilogy. That's a sequel to 2 mid games. It's a sequel to another trilogy that's really good, and you should play that one. But then those are all the 7th games in the Legend of Heroes series, which goes back to like 1980s on like PC games. So, but don't play those. Just play Trails in the Sky FC, then you'll get hooked. But yeah, thank you all for coming through. Once again, big shout out to all the Hop On people for making this stuff happen. Big shout out to the players. It's been a wonderful night. We'll catch you all next time.